Okay, so day 2 of Meps, the actual Meps experience. We woke up at around 3:45, so we can have time to get ready, chill, and so we wouldn't be rushing and stuff. And then we got down to breakfast. It was only like the enlisted and us people. It wasn't the hotel people down yet. We had breakfast at an earlier time. So they had like eggs, they had boiled eggs, they had bacon, fruit, cereal, water, juice, all that stuff. I decided not to. I think I got like 2 pieces of bacon and like some eggs because I was really trying to make sure I made weight because backstory, last year I lost like 17 pounds, and during finals week I gained basically most of it back. So I was like at the cusp again. I'm so mad at myself. So I didn't eat that much. I just drank like a few cups of water just so I wouldn't like be dehydrated. And some people were doing the same thing. Some people didn't eat anything because they wanted to really make sure that they made weight, especially the people that were shipping out. So yeah. And then we actually had to wait a long time after that for the, I guess, the charter bus to go take us to Meps. But we waited. I met some more cool people. This one girl, she was really talkative, really funny. Just a cool girl. So after that, after we ate, we went to the charter bus. I was right in the front, sitting by my roommate. And it was about like a 25-minute drive to get to Meps. So when we finally got there, they're telling us, move, get in this line by the door. And so we're all rushing and getting all of our stuff. And then I don't know who they are, some dudes, like the people that check you in the front, they were giving us a whole rundown, telling us don't bring any weapons, don't be silly, listen to us or you're gonna have a problem. This is a government building, make sure you follow directions. He was trying to be really intimidating, but he really wasn't. We were just really cool because we're outside and it was cold that day, so we're like, can you speed this up? But obviously we didn't say that, we're just saying that. So then he finally goes through this whole spiel, and he was kind of like yelling at the people that drove because like some of them took a while, but whatever. So we finally get in and I got to like kind of bypass a lot of the other stuff that the enlisted people have because I'm doing the officer candidate side. So right when I got there, I put my bags in the room. Your bags are gonna go in like this little cubby room, and it's locked so no one can really get into it. Just don't leave your stuff out in the open. If you have like an Apple Watch or if you have like your phone, just put it in like a secure spot. Don't just leave it out there because it might get taken. Even though it's locked, people are still coming there to get their stuff throughout the time, so make sure it's locked. So I get there and I check in. I checked in at the front desk, and then I checked into my liaison and he told me where to go. So you get like this little sticker thing. If I have a picture, I'll show it. And you just cross it out after you go through every station. There's hearing, there's vision, there's blood work, there's the P test, there's the physical test. I'm trying to remember what else there is. That might be it. There's that's basically it. So when you get through every section, you just cross things off. So immediately after I checked in with my liaison, I went to do hearing. And hearing was really weird because like when you're trying to, so the hearing, you basically have to listen for beeps in your right and left ear and click on this little button when you hear a beep. And so it's kind of hard because like you're so quiet and the beeps are so faint and your heartbeat kind of gets in the way of it. You're trying to like hear through your heartbeats and you're like and it's just kind of frustrating. And then I was pressing too much and the dude, he said, you're pressing when there's no noise. I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm just paranoid. So just listen out for that. Try to really focus on it. And yeah, and there's gonna be more people with you, so hopefully it's quiet when you guys go. It was only like 2 other girls with me when I went, so it was pretty quiet. So after that, I think my right ear was not as good as my left ear, but I still passed, but you guys will see why later. So after that, I did sight, and sight includes just like your vision and checking your depth perception. The vision one was a simple thing, like when you go to optometrist or something, you have to read the letters that's on a certain number line. And then the depth perception was a little tricky because I'm like, I don't know, like I can't remember. I went about a month ago, so it's not as fresh to me. I should have made this video right after, but it's just a little tricky, so just try to focus, and you'll be fine. Like he told me, like, stop worrying about it, you passed already, we're just still trying to see. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And he was kind of making jokes at me. He was like giving me instructions, but I wasn't understanding. And he was like, the short bus getting kind of full, ain't it? And I was like, wow, okay, good. And then he also said, he's like, what branch are you joining? I said, Marines. And he said, I can tell. And I was like, what are you trying to say? But whatever, I don't care about him. So also, after that, we had to wait in like a little classroom and wait for all the boys and girls. And there, we got some more paperwork, and they gave us instructions and gave us a whole rundown of everything. I really don't understand. We were probably in there for 2 hours, and I don't understand why we were waiting in there so long. People were acting stupid. Like, he was giving us like step-by-step instructions, and people weren't listening, so they had to rip their paper and do it again. It was so frustrating. But we just had to fill out some paperwork, but they had like specific instructions for filling it out, and people don't know what they're doing, so we had to wait in there a while. And then I think we were waiting on someone. I can't remember why we were in there so long. But after that, we all went into, all the girls went their way and the boys went their way. I can't remember. After that, what did we do? Oh, after that, we did the P test. Ooh, that was weird. Okay, so it was about like 10 of us, and we waited in this little room that had doors. One door was like the P-test room, one door was like the physical room, and the other door was where you do the other physical, the duck walk, and you do your height and your weight and stuff. So we were all waiting, all the girls were waiting in this room to do the P-test. And so everyone was nervous, and the people who had to pee really bad went first. But it's scary because the doors are open, and the lady wasn't like directly watching you, but she was watching. And like, I don't sit on public toilet seats, so like I was like, oh, can I just crouch? She said, no, you have to sit. And I was like, I'm a germaphobe, so like I was like, no, I don't want to sit, but I had to. So I think I was like the third group of girls to go in, and it was weird because like girls were walking by. Like, it wasn't just the ladies watching you. It was like there was people kind of in there too. So I didn't care. I had to use the bathroom, so I just did it. Ended up peeing in my hand. I couldn't even wash it off because you have to go straight to the desk so the lady could do the pregnancy test, do the glucose test, and do some other tests. I don't know. So after that, we went back into the waiting room, and we waited to do like the physical. We went to talk to like the doctor lady. I don't really understand the point of this. She checked our ears. After that, after we did the P-test, we went out, waited, and then we went to the doctor lady. She checked our ears, she checked our heart, checked our spine. It was basically like a physical. She checked if we had scars. We had to tell her all the scars we had. Basically, if they're just like for example, I have a scar on my leg from when I got scratched. If they can see it, tell them. If it's like something minor, just tell them so they don't ask you. But if it's like a surgery scar, make sure that you told your recruiter that, so that she knows like what's up. Because if you just suddenly tell her new information, she's gonna be like, this wasn't written in your paper. So just tell her all that dumb stuff. And then she said, oh, I can't see this ear. We're gonna have you get your ear cleaned, and if we still can't see it, you have to come back to Meps another day. I was like, girl, I'm not doing this again. So eventually I got my ears clean, but we'll go back to that. Sorry, I'm really bad at telling stories. So after that, I was checked off for that, and I had to go to the other room to where you have to undress and do your height and weight. So this is a little bit funny. So this is kind of funny. I put my hair into like a big bun because I was really worried about my weight, and I wanted to appear a little bit taller than I am. One of you guys know I'm 5'8", and I was like really like at the verge of like my weight requirement. So I was like, okay, if I wear a bun, maybe I'll appear just a bit taller, you know what I'm saying? That lady said, you wanted to take that out. I was like, are you serious? So I had to take it out, and for some reason, I've never in my life have been measured at 5'7", but this lady said I was 5'7". And I weighed in at 172. But somehow I made weight. I guess I had the requirements mixed up. I guess the max was 4 pounds over 172. So I made it, but then she was like, just letting you know, you're on the verge, so be careful. I was like, yeah, whatever. I made it, girl. I'll lose this weight later, but I made it. So yeah, that was exciting. She made us put our clothes back on, and then we went to wait to do our do the blood drawing thing. So we waited. He drew our blood after we waited about another 41 minutes, and he was asking me a lot of questions. He was like, are you gonna faint? Are you dizzy? Oh, he's like, are you gonna faint? I'm like, dude, I give blood like once every 6 months. I am fine. I don't care. Like, I think he was trying to get me to say something, but it didn't bother me at all. So after I gave blood, then we went back into the room where we just did the height and weight, and that's where she told us to get into our bra and underwear, and that's where we had to do the duck walk and the tippy toes. You can find some videos on that on YouTube, the physical part, if you're worried about it. There's a whole bunch of videos on there. Just don't be worried. If you're decently coordinated and you follow the directions that they give you, you'll be fine. Some people are just like a little bit awkward and a little clumsy, so they did struggle. But even when they did struggle, they're not gonna fail you. Like, sometimes it was just a little hard, and people are nervous and they're uncomfortable because they're in their bra and underwear. So it was fine. Then after that, we finished that. That took about like an hour, it felt like, to do. And then she told us to go back into the changing room, get out of her underwear and bra, and to put on like the gown so that she could do the other physical part, if you know what I'm saying. So all of us girls are just sitting there waiting, naked and awkward, and we're just like not trying to do this. So finally I get called in, and oh, sorry, backtrack. Before all this, after I took the blood, get my blood drawn, I went and got my ears cleaned, and the lady's like, I can see your eardrum perfectly fine. I don't know what she's talking about, but we can clean it just in case, so you don't have to, there's no issues. So she cleaned it, and now we can go back to the other physical part. I went in with my little gown, naked, and I told her the lady cleaned my ears, so anyone you could check them right now. She's like, oh, okay, she cleaned it. I'm still having trouble, and then she said, I'm still having trouble looking at your eardrums, but I can still somewhat see it, so it's fine. Girl, bye. So after that, she pressed on your stomach, I guess trying to find if you had a hernia. She does your boobs and checks your spine. Or did she do that last time? Well, she checks your spine, and then oh, you have to get, basically you're naked down there, and you have to get into the butterfly position. Like, you know when you're doing the butterfly stretch? Basically you're doing the same thing, but you're naked, so she can kind of see everything that's going on down there. She was like, cool, you're good, and you're out of here. So after I did that, I was done like 8 hours later. Yay. Actually, probably like 6 or 7 hours later. And then I had to wait for my OSO to come and pick me up, or one of the guys that was in the office to come pick me up. So yeah, I'm trying to think, did I forget anything? Oh, I also had lunch. I had lunch after, yeah, I had lunch after I had my blood drawn, I think. And it was a sandwich, a cookie, a brownie, some soda or water, and some chips. So that was pretty cool. And they had a little TV in there. Oh, tip. do not put your feet up on the bench or on the chair. They will get mad about that. Someone put their feet up. I think it's common sense, but someone put their feet up and they got yelled at. So just don't do that. Just sit down regular. I know you're waiting all day and your feet are tired and your legs are tired, but just follow directions so that you don't get yelled at. So yeah, after that, my recruiter, or one of the guys who was in the office, picked me up. He took me back to the office, and that's when he had me do a PFT. Girl, I'm telling you, I was so tired after doing all this stuff. I was not thinking about no PFT. He told me that I was going to be doing this afterward, but I'm telling y'all, like, I was dehydrated because I didn't drink anything that much. I was hungry because I only had basically one meal. And I was just tired. I was drained. I was over it. I wanted to go home. I wanted to tell him, let's not do this. I'm going to see you later. But he wasn't hearing it. So I didn't really say it that I didn't want to do it. But it was visibly on my face. I was not here for it. So I was like, I changed. And I was like, Kayla, just do the best you can. That's really it. This is my first time doing a PFT. And so first we started with pull-ups. I couldn't do a pull-up. So I did push-ups. I think I did 29 or 30 push-ups. And the minimum's 32. I probably could have rocked out that 32. I didn't know the minimum at that moment, so I was just doing push-ups, just do push-ups. So I did that, then I did sit-ups. So I almost maxed out, but I didn't. And then we went to the park to run. You have to get for the officers, you have to get a 3-mile run and 27 minutes. Mine was 37. Girl, I'm telling you, I was tired. I walked a little bit, but we'll get better. So yeah. Did I walk? Oh, I got lost in the park. So I did walk to go ask somebody where I was supposed to go, and she told me. But yeah, that was here nor there. And then finally, after that, he drove me back to my school, which was a 2-hour drive. And it was late at night. I felt so bad for him. But I didn't want to drive my car to Raleigh. I'm from Virginia, but I go to school in North Carolina. But the testing was in Raleigh, so I had to drive 2 hours from my school to Raleigh. So I got home probably about 10 o'clock, and I started my day at 3:45. So I was tired. But it was definitely worth it, and we'll see where this military journey goes. Right now I'm for Marines, but I'm starting to question if I want to do Marines or something else. Not because it's hard, but there's several reasons why, and I might do another video about why I might switch and what I may switch to, and why I'm kind of wanting to stay. So we'll see what I decide to do. But it was a great experience, and I'm happy that I'm qualified now, and I'm happy that I didn't have to take the full ASVAB, and I'm happy I didn't get yelled at, and I'm happy everything was good. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, which you probably will, because I might have left a lot of things out, definitely leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to respond back. So thank you, and have a great day.